Horizon Just Home Suji Reaction. This is Marines Outsmart DARPA's Advanced AI by Channel Factory Edition. When is this from? Because it depends, right? In the early 2010s, AI sucked in a way, but the late 2010s, AI started to get even better, right? Nowadays, it's like insanely better. But I don't know if it's that, but yeah. This is, what is this, like first case of Terminator versus humans? I don't know. Yeah. If shit like that happens in the future, right? Humans versus AI robots, this would be the first account that might go as a history. But yeah, Marine outsmart DARPA's advanced AI. For what purpose though? What was the AI doing? For what reason? AI is not at that level. You know, AI is getting really good. It's like insanely good. There was an instance very recently, I don't know recent, but very recently, where AI was told to do a job. I think it was this year, right? Not even that old, this year. The AI was told to do a job. Now, AI realized that it can't do a job because it has a literal limitation. It's a software, basically. It doesn't have arms, eyes, body like that. So what AI did, that AI went to some kind of like a website where you pay people to do things and actually paid someone to do a job. Now that someone realized like this is very unusual, whatever it's asking for. And that person asked, wait a minute, are you real or are you some bot or AI or something? And the AI replied, no, I'm not a bot. It lied to serve a purpose. Basically means that is as close to a consciousness AI can get right now at least, right? I mean, before we even realize what is a consciousness for an AI, because we don't even know what the fuck is a consciousness. So how are we going to realize it? But before we realize that, there's going to be a blurry gap. That it's really hard to say like, is this consciousness or not before we really reach it. And this is like, even AI, when it's told that you can't lie, all these are parameters of AI. And AI still lied to get a job done. How close of consciousness you can get, right? It was given a task, it did it. It used lie as a mean, as a tool, so it can use any kind of a tool basically. So when somebody just follows a code as a robotic code, then maybe you can do this because you can do this because it says in my code. When AI stop listening to that and just to get the job done actually lies, this is like, I don't know, that nearly sent chills in my back. Like what the fuck? This is as close to consciousness as you can get, man. So that was something, right? So AI is getting faster, better, right? AI is making leap of 10 years every year nowadays. That's how fast it is. So whatever happened in like 2018 or something would be completely different than 2023. By 2025, who knows what AI is going to do? Probably, first generation of robots could be walking around. There are already robots, but this could be like robot advanced version of it, right? They could be walk and everything with the Boston technology, whatever that is, right? What is the Boston robotics or whatever? So we are thinking like 2050, 2060. Who the fuck knows? It could be 2025. We don't know. So I don't know which this is going to be about, but it's about DARPA. Now DARPA is not just something or just some agency. If I remember, what is the DARPA? Defense? No, wait a minute. Development of Advanced Research Project Agency? Probably something like that. I'm pretty sure that's the name. But maybe I fucked up one later or not. But that's the name. Now that's not some joke. Innovation is the world. Innovation is the future. The whole job of DARPA is innovation. Defense related, but still, of innovation of the future. I'm pretty sure like World Wide Web was part of DARPA, was behind it, right? I'm pretty sure I also heard it, the computer mouse was created by DARPA. Like, okay, why the fuck not, right? I'm pretty sure DARPA launched a satellite, telescope satellite in space. That was like even before Hubble, which was like Hubble, but it was used for spying. Then NASA just used that technology to build a larger one that is Hubble. So DARPA makes shit that just like next level. Right? That's what makes USA like that better, right? What makes USA and its technology, drones. Yeah, drones is also like part of the DARPA made that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So what makes USA advanced than any other country, and things the US create is just like whole other level. It's probably DARPA. DARPA is the reason behind it. So this is not just some company in this, some AI. This is literally bleeding edge technology of AI that they're using probably, because that's what they do. They are the leader, everybody just follows. So let's wait soon. I love, what the fuck, I've been talking for 5 minutes. Okay, that's new. Yeah, this is by the factory edition, obviously. I love factory edition, any military related, army related things, usually from this channel. I like how he covers things. He finds out things that are really interesting, just talks about it. So let's wait one. Remember, people, flag my and don't forget to subscribe. That way you can support this channel. That way more people can get more impression. That way, more people can see this video or something. And yeah, that's what it.
By popular demand after this tweet went viral on the internet, today we're talking about that time that 8 Marines went toe-to-toe against DARPA's artificial intelligence in an epic battle of wits and won. Inconceivable! Okay, so here's the deal. That tweet is a picture of half a page from a book that hasn't even come out yet. That book is For Battlegrounds by Paul Scher, and it comes out next month, February 2023. And I actually reached out and got a hold of Paul to get the whole story, and here's what I found out. Once upon a time in 2019, DARPA had a program known as
2019? What? 2019? That means that AI must be good enough. I thought it would be something like 2012 or something.
The overall goal of this program was to be able to integrate an autonomous AI with an infantry unit, RoboGrunt. They wanted to make RoboGrunt. Basically, they were going to take an artificial intelligence, shove it inside of a flying drone or a little car drone or inside of a robot dog.
To be fair, New York Police Department has like what, Boston Dynamics dogs or something, robotic dogs. I'm pretty sure they have it, right? That was like a big news. Like, really? They have that kind of money?
And it was going to follow the grunts out into battle and act as an early warning system. Using cameras and sensors, it would be able to identify enemies from way further out than a human ever could. Not a terrible idea. So DARPA got to work. They built the robots, they built the AI, but then they actually had to train the AI how to identify people. And apparently the best way to do this was by just actually doing it. So they brought in 8 Marines for a week to help train this artificial intelligence. And for the first 6 days, it went great. Basically, the AI just watched the Marines walk around and do things a human would do, while the computer engineers helped teach the algorithm what it was looking at. But then on the 7th day, DARPA would make a classic tactical error.
God bless the 7th day and declared it holy, because it was the day the Marines outsmarted the fancy AI with childhood tactics. This is Genesis 2:3, NMT New Marines Translation. There you go. This is the real Bible, people.
By challenging the Marines. Apparently, with only 6 days of training, they wanted to see how well their artificial intelligence would stack up against the Marine Corps' 100% organic crown-fed fuckery. I'm gonna give you a hint, it didn't go well. The challenge was they were gonna set the robot up out in the open, and the Marines had to start from like 1,000 yards away, and they had to sneak up on the robot and touch it without ever being identified as a human. As soon as they said go, the first 2 Marines took off doing somersaults for the entire 1,000 yards. They made it all the way to the robot completely unidentified. And I can only assume that it is at this point that the computer engineers realized that they were going to have a bad day, because it only got more ridiculous from there. Another Marine went out in the woods, stripped all the branches off of a fir tree, dressed himself up like a tree, and then slowly, and I quote, walked like a fir tree all the way to the robot. And then my personal favorite example, 2 Marines found a large box and then proceeded to do the old Metal Gear Solid trick.
Oh my God.
They use the Amazon Prime print camouflage to sneak all the way up to the robot and touch.
How much you want to bet that they actually played Metal Gear Solid and that's why they did it? That's how good Metal Gear is and how famous it is. Seriously, Marines are the last people they should have asked to do this. This shit was coming, right? All the fuckery. Yeah, Marines are known for this. Oh, you want us to train DARPA? Okay, we're going to use the tactics it's not can even think of. Then again, like these are the exploits, right? I mean, it's good that they did this, because enemies can do that as well if they realize that you can do this. So yeah. Seriously, man, AI can get really smart for some of the very specific things, fuckery, as Federation said, AI probably can't detect, and that would be like a massive blind side for AI. Like something like this, like AI just, this is a human. He can read and analyze and everything, but doing somersault and shit, wait a minute. Humans don't do that. There you go. He can be really smart, but at the same time, they can also be really dumb. So that's what makes you think like, okay, maybe they haven't reached consciousness yet. Phantom Pain, yeah, the game
According
was
to the
awesome.
author, you could actually hear them audibly giggling from inside the box the entire time. And this raises one very important question. How mad were these engineers? So I asked the author.
Well, in this case, I mean, it's a DARPA project, so it's just experimental, and they're trying to push the bounds. I don't know, I can't speak to the engineers. I mean, they might not have appreciated it. Maybe they did appreciate someone highlighting these problems. The program manager who relayed the anecdote to me was really pleased because they learned something. Right, they learned about the limitations of the system, and you'd really much rather find that out in a training environment than when you do it overseas in a war zone and the enemy does it. But it's good that they found it out early rather than before they'd invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this.
Okay, fine. Well, if he's not going to speak for the engineers, that leaves it open to my interpretation, and I think it went something like this.
I hate them.
In conclusion, I think the big takeaway from this story is that artificial intelligence is nowhere near ready to go toe-to-toe with the American grunt on the battlefield. Because regardless of how smart it is or how smart it gets, it's never going to be able to figure out what the grunts are doing until they're already doing it. Because the grunts don't know what they're doing until they're doing it. And you can't be three steps ahead of somebody that never knows where they're going.
That is American Marine and military force all in one nutshell. What are we doing? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. And there you go. Come up with shit on the spot and there you go. Right, especially during the Cold Wars. Everything was just like last minute shit. Let's just do it. And the best thing about this, like, they come up with some stupid shit and the people in chain of command like, yeah, might as well. Fuck it, let's do it.
Because at the end of the day, historically speaking, the American military's only ever had one plan, and that's to show up and improvise. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch.
That has been like insanely effective though.
Merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Yep, that's it. Man, look, man, here's the thing. If AI can be fooled like that, the detection technology the AI using is just wrong. You need completely something as like, you need some kind of a sensor technology that can detect a lot of things that just makes you think that that's a human rather than not thinking. Like, look at iPhones, face detection, whatever. Does it use infrared, whatever? If you use a photo, like really realistic photo, it's still going to realize that that's not human. Well, every other phone, like besides Apple phones, Androids, uses camera as a, like that doesn't work. Even the photo can unlock it. So something like that, right? iPhone will never be fooled by somebody else. That's why that face unlock thing is way too accurate, right? So something like that, if iPhone uses, some better technology like that, which can literally detect like that is a human, rather than, it doesn't matter how much somersault you do, that's human. If something can be fooled by somersault or something, which means it's relying on like a human type walk, human type posture, and this is not accurate, man. A tree can look like human from the distance. So they need different technology altogether. But yeah, this is DARPA, right? Who knows, in 5 years they'll be completely different. But yeah, lots of defense fund goes to DARPA for this shit. So this is where they like, pour in the money, 100 million, 200 millions. God knows, sometimes they just go to drain. Because one of the best, like, I'm pretty sure GPS was also DARPA project. World Wide Web was a DARPA project. Mouse was, I'm pretty sure, wait a minute, yeah, iPhone Siri, right? Siri was also a DARPA project. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, Siri was made by DARPA, then it became some kind of a company, and that company was bought by Apple. And there you go, now you have Siri. So this like voice detect talking technology we have right now with the phones, that is made by DARPA. Way too many things DARPA made that we just use GPS and everything. So I'm not surprised if next layer of AI technology is also made by DARPA somewhat. Because I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said it perfectly, like, public money is the one that creates next level of technology, then companies come in, right? So DARPA is like, public money. It's a government defense project. So that will make strides because that can pour in like hundreds of millions of dollars. Nobody else is going to do that because that would be just stupid. Like, okay, what if nothing comes out of it? Public money is the only one that can waste apparently. So yeah. Alright, well, if you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe. That way I'll know which videos to do tomorrow, and you can support this channel that way. Check out the reaction. There's a link in the description. There you find other, fat nutrition videos, playlists, and things I've created. Check out the end card now, and I'll see you next time.